Newcastle blew the chance to move fifth in the Premier League, as their away day woes in front of goal continued. Eddie Howe's side have now failed to score in 6 of their 11 away games as their bid to clinch a Champions League place stumbled at Molineux. Sign up for the football newsletter. Thank you. Wolves and Newcastle played out a goalless draw at MolineuxCredit, Getty. And they struggled to break down a revitalised Wolves side who are now unbeaten in 5 games. It took Newcastle 85 minutes to land an effort on target, when keeper Jose Sa kept out a Joelinton header. And £69 million striker Nick Woltemade again failed to score, and the German has now netted just 3 times in 19 games. He was replaced by Yoane Wissa just after the hour mark as his goal drought continued. Read more in football. Woltemade threatened in the early stages, but rarely threatened after that, and he has not scored in a month. He scored on his debut for Toon against Wolves in September, but there was to be no repeat here. Wolves may be rooted to the bottom of the table on 8 points, but Rob Edwards' team are a different proposition these days. They are doomed to the drop, but they now have the fans back on side and produced a well-organized display, holding firm as Newcastle piled on the pressure late on. Most read in football. Best free bets and betting sign-up offers. Howe made 4 changes for the game, including a recall for Kieran Trippier at right back, despite some impressive recent displays from teenager Lewis Miley. It was Trippier's first Premier League start in 2 months before the former England player was sidelined by a hamstring injury. Wolves' recent run of form has coincided with the return of coach Rui Pedro Silva, who previously worked with Edwards and former Molineux boss Nuno Espirito Santo. Silva was also with Nuno at Nottingham Forest before the Portuguese manager's fallout with City ground owner Evangelos Marinakis. Wolves appear to be feeling the benefit of his arrival last month, as they are no longer the wayward team that slumped to the bottom of the table in the first half of the season. Teenage England prospect Matheus Maine and Yerson Mosquera caused problems early for Toon, and the great pass from Maine almost released Tolu Arocodare before Newcastle spotted the danger. That had Wolves' long-suffering fans singing Maine's name, and there was more to come. The Portuguese-born player brought the ball down on his chest and tried an overhead kick, but his effort was straight at Toon keeper Nick Pope. Newcastle responded in Malik Tia's close-range header at a corner blocked on the line, but Sa was fouled in the melee. Wolves finished the half on a high when Hugo Bueno cut in from the right and delivered an angled drive over the bar. Trippier needed treatment for a cut forehead after the break. His challenge with Maine ended up with the Wolves attacker accidentally treading on Trippier's face, but the Toon defender was able to carry on. Matheus Maine impressed once again for Wolves' credit. Getty. Nick Woltemade struggled in front of goal credit. Getty. Edwards then brought Jorgen Strand Larsen on in place of Arocodare. The Norwegian could have been playing for Toon had things played out differently last summer. Strand Larsen was the subject of a £55 million bid from Newcastle, but Wolves would not sell and the striker's form fell away after that. But Toon wasted a chance to take the lead when a superb cross from Harvey Barnes was just out of Wissa's reach. And Trippier almost produced a spectacular opener with 10 minutes left. He stepped up to take a free kick, heavily disputed by Wolves, and curled a 25-yard effort into the side netting. It was a moment that almost had the 3,000 travelling Toon fans celebrating, but still Howe's men could not break Wolves down. Newcastle were then denied by an excellent double save from Saw. Recommended stories. First, he kept out skipper Bruno Guimarães' shot, and then denied Joelinton. For Wolves, it was another step in the right direction, but the result was a blow for Newcastle, who would have been expected to win this fixture with ease a few weeks ago. Comments.